done a lot of black and white work for ages, and I really like doing black and white stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, I really like doing black and white stuff, and been working in colour a lot recently with different stuff. Honestly, it's better to work in colour really, because you know we generally react better to colour art. We interface with it differently, whereas black and white monochromatic is, you know, you've got to, it doesn't grab your attention. You've got to be really interested in the first place. It doesn't grab your attention like colour work does. However, I really like a bit of black and white. And yeah, I'm going to do some now. I'm going to do some. And the thing I have to remember about black and white is the sketch is a lot more important, basically. What do I mean by that? What do I mean? What I mean by that is that because you're only working black line, everything has to be mapped out really, really well. Sometimes colour can take the place of further detail, or you know, can texture something, fill space and stuff. When you just work with black and white, it's just negative space. So so your illustration has to be much more it's working a lot harder. The lines are working a lot harder. That's the thing about it. So with that in mind, I'm just going to work on the front of this Eurostar train like this. I'm in the B4D book. Get yourself one if you don't have it. Hang on, there you go. You've got to get one of these books. They're really, really superb. This one's square bound and all. The first ones were sort of round bound and they weren't as good. These are square bound, perfect bound, amazing. I hear from the grapevine that they're going to be relaunched soon. And I shall be bringing you the relaunched version. Might even give you a flip through of it before I get busy in it. I really want to fill this one first, but I'm not moving that quick at the moment, so it might not happen. But anyway, for now, I'm going to try and do a nice black and white design here, see what I can come up with. So first of all, let's get sketching. Well, that, I have to tell you, was very, very enjoyable. It's so nice working with, what, two, well, technically I work with 3 pens there. These 3 pens. This is the fat one for doing the fat, heavy line weight. A Pigmographic 1. Pigmographics, really, really good. I've got a nice fat stock of these. Thanks to Hazel Rocks. Cheers, mate. Much appreciated. These Staedtler. How do you say that? Is that a German word? Isn't it? These pigment liners. I've got a 0.3. That's as low as I go. It's the really fine lines, and mostly it's a 0.4. I used to use a 0.5, but I find a 0.4 is just more versatile for the different line work. I haven't rubbed any of me pencil lines out now. The more observant among you has probably noticed that, oh, do you know what, I've missed a bit. Ah, isn't it always the way? I've just noticed where I've missed a bit. I shall do it right now. Yeah, the more observant amongst you will notice that I've cheated some of the shadows. The reason I've done that is because I've got to balance the blacks. Now, those of you who work with black ink a lot will know all about this problem. You've got to balance your blacks, because if you don't balance the blacks, everything gets very black, and suddenly you've got nothing to define the edges, and it's just a sort of big mass of black. That's no use to you. What you need to do is you need to balance the blacks. So, like, for instance, this plane here on the edge of his pad, it should really be black, because you'll notice that, so the light source is coming in from there, shadows are all going that way, that should be black. But if I black that, basically it's gonna run into that, it's going to take out the definition, it's just not going to be as pretty. Now, I could have done what I've done just there. I've used a single hatch on this little surface, this plane here. I could just do that, but I thought, actually, I'll just leave it. Just leave it, because I don't think it's particularly offensive to my eye. This is the bit I've missed. Look, I've forgotten to do any sort of, so this is a metallic-y, dead easy, 2 lines, metallic-y little surface there for his arm. There you go. But I couldn't leave that, because if I'd left it, would have done my nut. There you go. Easy. Yeah. Oh, I really love this, I tell you. This makes me want to go back to doing loads and loads of black and white work. The problem is, like I just said at the beginning of the video, the problem with black and white work is it's just not as visually gripping as it's not as vivid as colour work. Doesn't grab you as much. So I have to sort of limit the amount of black and white I do. You know, there's a reason that in the 70s and 80s in the UK, if you were to buy a comic, all the artwork was in monochromatic colours. It weren't in the colours that you used to get in Marvel and DC. They were like, that was a particular printing process. What was it, like three colour or 4 colour? Somebody must know. They used the different colours and mashed them together. It weren't very pretty, but it was colour at least. Oh, you know what? I'm seeing stuff I've not done now. That's annoying. That is annoying. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you one up here. So, see these little bits here, these little things. I can do little tiny highlights. Well, I can't if the nib isn't working. There we go. Little tiny highlights just there, and the thing is, white ones are a bit poppy. It's a bit probably normally that would be a bit harsh for me, so I'm going to show you in a second what I do with that. So yeah, comics in the 70s and 80s in the UK, if you bought them, they were in black and white, and we used to love that, and we all learned how to do through looking at comic books like 2000 AD particularly, we learnt how to do black and white artwork. And I still love working in black and white now, as you can see. But eventually they changed to all colour artwork. And yeah, the reason is simple. It's because it's just so much more vivid. All colour artwork. You know, I absolutely love black and white, but if you can distinguish different planes and different stuff with different colour, it just becomes much more depthy and textured and all kinds of stuff. You know, it's sort of all round a bit better. But every so often I just love to go and see, oh, I've missed something else. So this is liquid just here. So what I want to do here, I want to put some bubbles in it. And what's quite nice about this white POSCA is it's not like a solid opaque white. It's at first, if you put like one layer on, it comes through a bit grey. So that's quite nice. Anyway, I think that's all I want to do with that. And that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And yeah, back in a couple of days for a bit more.